Who is J. M. Barrie? Sir James Matthew Barrie, 1st Baronet, Ohm, born on 9 May 1860 and died on 19 June 1937, was a Scottish novelist and playwright, best remembered as the creator of Peter Pan. He was born and educated in Scotland and then moved to London, where he wrote several successful novels and plays. There he met the Llewellyn Davies boys, who inspired him to write about a baby boy who has magical adventures in Kensington Gardens. First included in Barrie's 1902 adult novel The Little White Bird. Then to write Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up, in 1904 West End fairy play, about an ageless boy and an ordinary girl named Wendy who have adventures in the fantasy setting of Neverland. Although he continued to write successfully, Peter Pan overshadowed his other work, and is credited with popularizing the name Wendy. Barrie unofficially adopted the Davies boys following the deaths of their parents. Barrie was made a baronet by George V on 14 June 1913, and a member of the Order of Merit in the 1922 New Year Honours. Before his death, he gave the rights to the Peter Pan works to Great Ormond Street Hospital for Children in London, which continues to benefit from them. Top 50 quotes by Sir James Matthew Barrie. To die will be an awfully big adventure. All the world is made of faith, and trust, and pixie dust. Never say goodbye because goodbye means going away and going away means forgetting. The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it. I'm not young enough to know everything. Dreams do come true, if only we wish hard enough. You can have anything in life if you will sacrifice everything else for it. When the first baby laughed for the first time, its laugh broke into 1,000 pieces, and they all went skipping about, and that was the beginning of fairies. Second star to the right and straight on, till morning. To live will be an awfully big adventure. The reason birds can fly and we can't is simply because they have perfect faith, for to have faith is to have wings. Do you believe in fairies? If you believe, clap your hands. Never is an awfully long time. Wendy, Peter Pan continued in a voice that no woman has ever yet been able to resist. Wendy, one girl is more use than 20 boys. All children, except one, grow up. Those who bring sunshine to the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. So come with me, where dreams are born, and time is never planned. Just think of happy things, and your heart will fly on wings, forever, in Never Never Land. Stars are beautiful, but they may not take part in anything, they must just look on forever. God gave us memory so that we might have roses in December. Let no one who loves be called altogether unhappy. Even love unreturned has its rainbow. Build a house? Exclaimed John. For the Wendy, said Curly. For Wendy? John said, aghast. Why, she is only a girl. That, explained Curly, is why we are her servants. We are all failures, at least the best of us are. Fairies have to be one thing or the other, because being so small they unfortunately have room for one feeling only at a time. You need not be sorry for her. She was one of the kind that likes to grow up. In the end she grew up of her own free will a day quicker than the other girls. There could not have been a lovelier sight, but there was none to see it except a little boy who was staring in at the window. He had ecstasies innumerable that other children can never know, but he was looking through the window at the one joy from which he must be forever barred. If you cannot teach me to fly, teach me to sing. Nothing is really work unless you would rather be doing something else. Oh, the cleverness of me. Shall we make a new rule of life from tonight? Always try to be a little kinder than is necessary? If you have it, love, you don't need to have anything else, and if you don't have it, it doesn't matter much what else you have. I suppose it's like the ticking crocodile, isn't it? Time is chasing after all of us. Pan, who and what art thou? He cried huskily. I'm youth, I'm joy, Peter answered at a venture. I'm a little bird that has broken out of the egg. I taught you to fight and to fly. What more could there be? Just always be waiting for me. If you shut your eyes and are a lucky one, you may see at times a shapeless pool of lovely pale colors suspended in the darkness. Then if you squeeze your eyes tighter, the pool begins to take shape, and the colors become so vivid that with another squeeze they must go on fire. Stars are beautiful, but they may not take an active part in anything, they must just look on forever. It is a punishment put on them for something they did so long ago that no star now knows what it was. So the older ones have become glassy-eyed and seldom speak. Winking is the star language. But the little ones still wonder. Stars are beautiful, but they must not take an active part in anything, they must just look on forever. It is a punishment put on them for something they did so long ago that no star now knows what it was. Can anything harm us, Mother, after the night lights are lit? Nothing, precious, she said. They are the eyes a mother leaves behind her to guard her children. She asked where he lived. Second to the right, said Peter, and then straight on till morning. Would you like an adventure now, or would like to have your tea first? The secret of happiness is not in doing what one likes, but in liking what one does. All of this has happened before, and it will all happen again. It is not in doing what you like, but in liking what you do that is the secret of happiness. There is a saying in the Neverland that, every time you breathe, a grown-up dies. Life is a long lesson in humility. She was a lovely lady, with a romantic mind and such a sweet mocking mouth. Her romantic mind was like the tiny boxes, one within the other, that come from the puzzling East. However many you discover, there is always one more. And her sweet mocking mouth had one kiss on it that Wendy could never get, though there it was, perfectly conspicuous in the right-hand corner. Tink was not all bad, or rather, she was all bad just now, but, on the other hand, sometimes she was all good. Fairies have to be one thing or the other, because being so small they unfortunately have room for one feeling only at a time. They are, however, allowed to change, only it must be a complete change. On these magic shores, children at play are forever beaching their coracles. We too have been there. We can still hear the sound of the surf, though we shall land no more. Always try to be a little kinder than is necessary. The last thing he ever said to me was, just always be waiting for me, and then some night you will hear me crowing. Wendy, Wendy, when you were sleeping in your silly bed you might be flying about with me saying funny things to the stars.